Hello, everybody. Welcome to Up and Moving. This is the second workout. We're super excited for you to join us, whether you're on Zoom, you're watching on Facebook Live, or you're watching YouTube and catching up maybe a couple of days later. My name is Jamie Phillips. I'm going to be one of the co-hosts of today's workouts, and I'm joined by...
My name's Emma.
That's it. Emma's also a local. She's a Youper,
Yes.
so it's nice to have a couple of Youpers join us. I wish I was a Youper, but I'm Canadian. Pretty much the same thing. All right, so if you got the email blast, couple reminders that if you want some resistance in your workout, there's a couple of common household things you can use. You can use a backpack. You can use cans of soup or beans or whatever you have, maybe a gallon of water, or if you're fortunate enough to have a couple dumbbells laying around, you can use those too. Well, let's get right into the workout. So we're going to begin with our warm-up. And our first warm-up is going to be called a march in place. So all we're going to do, Emma's going to demonstrate from the front. I'm going to demonstrate from the side. All we're going to do is kind of march like a soldier. We're going to bring opposite arm, opposite knee up, and we're going to march. Only go as high as you can go. If you can only get your feet a few inches off the ground, that's just fine. If you're someone that has to remain seated, you can still march too. Opposite arm, opposite leg, getting the blood flowing, getting our legs and arms warmed up. We hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I know I am. Emma, what about you?
Today's been good.
Today's been good. Any exams today?
No exams.
No exams. It's always a good day we don't have exams. All right, we're going to transition to some arm circles. So if you're in a tight space, try to give yourself as much as possible. If your elbows have to be bent, that's okay too. But if you're like us and you get to be 6 feet apart, we can get some big arm circles. Going forward. You don't have to rush it. Just go at whatever speed you're comfortable with. And we'll get our arm circles a little smaller now. A little smaller, a little bit of control. And then some little tiny little Cheerios. And then let's go in reverse, starting small and then gradually getting bigger. If you have to relax your arms at any time, that's all right. I know my shoulders are already a little tired today. And some big arm circles in reverse. Whew, give your arms a shake. All right, our next one, we're going to do some toe touches. Again, I'm going to demonstrate from the side. I'm just going to demonstrate from the front. All you're going to do sounds exactly as it sounds. You're going to bend over and touch your toes. Only go as far as you can. You don't have to touch your toes, but if you can only get to here, that's perfect. What we're looking for is a stretch in the back of the leg all the way up into our butts. So bend over, touch your toes, and up. If you have to have a slight bend in your knee, that's perfectly fine too. As long as you're feeling that stretch, you're getting that blood moving. And if you're someone who has to remain seated as well, same thing goes. Try your best to just touch your toes, get as low as you can. Even from here, I can still feel a stretch in the back of my legs. Good job. I'm already starting to feel a little bit warm. Emma, what about you?
Feeling good?
Feeling good. We're looking good in our matching outfits there. Representing Michigan Tech Kinesiology. We're a very proud bunch over here. All right, our next one, shoulder external rotation. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep our arms kind of glued to the side of our body. We're going to bend our elbows at 90 degrees, and then we're going to open our arms out, keeping our biceps and triceps glued to the side. And when we get to our end, we want to squeeze our shoulder blades together. This is a great exercise for anyone who sits all day and is typing and is hunched over. This is going to help open up your shoulders, strengthen those muscles. And this one you can do it any time throughout the day. I know if it's a long day of studies off and get up, try to walk around, do this exercise, and then get back after it. Doesn't matter how far back you can go. Emma's got way more flexible shoulders than I do. As long as you feel a stretch, you feel the muscles in your back engaged, that's what we're looking for. All right, our last warm-up exercise, we're going to focus on shoulders once again. We're calling these scap circles. So scap is short for scapula, and those are the bones in between our shoulder blades, shoulder blade bones, I should say. So what we're going to do, you can either have your arms out in a straight line, slightly bent, or just relax to your side. I'm going to have my arms straight out. Looks like Emma's going to have hers relaxed to the side. All you're going to do is you're going to raise your shoulders up like you're shrugging. You're going to bring your shoulders back and down and forward. So we're creating a circle with our scapula. So it's up, back, down, and forward. If your arms get tired, you can always transition into your arms relaxed. We're just focusing on getting your shoulder blades moving, getting some blood flow in those muscles that we don't often use a whole lot. One more full circle, and then we'll change direction. So now we're going to start going back, and up, and forward, and down. I'm feeling nice and warm. It's hot up here in our workout studio. So we're going to get into our first working set of exercises. If you're with us in the first workout, we have 2 exercises, superset, so we do one after the other. So I'm going to explain the first block of exercises, and then Emma's going to take over. She's going to lead through the second half of class. Super excited. It's always great to have another co-host out here taking the lead. So our first exercise is going to be a lunge. Now, if you're someone who has to remain seated, your lunge variation, you're going to extend one foot in front of the other, keeping both feet flat, and you're going to push into the ground, keeping both knees bent. Trying your best not to bring your knees too far over your toes, but you're going to push into the floor. Imagine you're pushing your body away from the floor. If your butt comes off the ground a little bit, that's okay. It just means you're pretty strong. For those of us that are standing, you can do this supported with a chair, or like Emma's going to demonstrate, no chair at all. And so when we're doing a lunge, to make it harder, we can either add weight or we can add length and depth. And what I mean by length and depth is we're going to take a step forward. So I'm going to start with my left leg forward, right leg back. So I'm pretty tall, so this is a decently wide stance. And the lower I go, the harder it is. If I want it to be a little easier, I can have a little narrow stance, and I can bend my knees slightly. One thing to notice, if you're concerned about your knees, try not to have your knees go all the way over your toes. Try to keep them right in line. Create a 90-degree angle from your ankle to your knee to your hip. We're going to do 8 to 10 reps per side. You can either do them all on one side, or you can alternate as you go. Ready, Emma?
Ready.
Let's begin. If you have to use the chair to help push you up, that's okay too. If you want to throw on the backpack or hold a couple dumbbells to add some resistance, that's great. Emma's doing a great job getting low to the ground. Try your best not to slam your knee into the ground. Just have a gentle hover or have your knee kiss the ground. That's perfect. As we keep moving forward, you'll know that I start to love to do leg days. Making sure we're getting strong legs. Building up those muscles. If you're done before us, that's okay. Take a break. Wait for us to catch up. And at any time, you can get a glass of water or whatever you want to drink. Shake it out a little bit. Our second exercise is called a Romanian deadlift, or an RDL for short. So if you're someone that's remain seated, sitting down, all we're going to do is we're going to hinge at the hip. We're going to keep our chest proud, not crazy proud in front of us, but just a little bit of a like you're doing a chest bump with your best friend. And you're going to hinge forward, keeping your back as straight as possible, and come up. If you have to use your armrests or your thighs or the bottom of your chair to help you, that's perfectly fine. If you're standing, this is a great exercise to add a little bit of resistance. I have my backpack. I think we got Game of Thrones books in here today. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold the backpack. Same thing. Feet are going to be approximately hip width apart. We're going to have that proud chest, hinge at the hips, let our arms dangle in front of us, and try to get our backpack as close as we can to the floor. The deeper you go, the harder it's going to be. So we're going to do 8 to 10 reps of this exercise. Are you ready? Let's begin. And if you want to do it seated, that's perfectly fine. Are you feeling it, this one?
I'm feeling it.
He's feeling it. The heavier it is, of course, the harder it's going to be. The more we're going to build up those hamstrings, those hinge muscles, and our glutes. Not sure why they call it a Romanian deadlift. Must be Romanian, but who knows? All right, take a quick break. If you need to get a drink, take one. I'm going to take one right now. I'm sweating a little bit. Whew. Staying hydrated. All right, lunge time. Let's get back into another working set of lunges. I'm just going to demonstrate a little bit of resistance on our lunges. Once again, you can either be supported or unsupported, or you can do the seated variation. 8 to 10 aside. Let's begin. Really making sure we're not bringing that knee over our ankles, having a good 90-degree bend in our knee, ankle, and hip. This one not only works our legs for strength, but also balance. And it's a little bit of a longer exercise, so we're getting some conditioning in. So that way, when we're shoveling our driveways for the next snowfall, we're not huffing and puffing. If at any time you need to reduce how wide you get or reduce your depth, that's awesome. Always listen to your body. Your body knows what's best. Working out with masks on isn't super fun, so hopefully you at home are able to work out mask-free. All right, RDL time. Standing or seated, Emma?
I'm going to do seated.
Seated variation. All right, I'm going to continue to do it standing with a little bit of weight here. 8 to 10, let's go. Really preventing ourselves from rounding our back. We don't want to see any cat backs here. Keeping our spine straight. Awesome job, everybody. I hope you're having some fun at home. Hope you're sweating. Hope you're feeling. Hope you're getting a good workout. This is our last set of lunges. I'm going to keep the backpack on. But my legs are a little sore, so I'm going to have a little less depth here, and that's A-okay. 8 to 10 reps per leg. Some great lunges here, keeping our knee behind our ankle. Let's start. Even though I've reduced my depth and reduced my length, I can still feel a nice burn in the legs. I know my quads are working. Building up those leg muscles. If you have to use your hand on your thigh as well to help give you a little push, that's fine. Use whatever you need. Whew. Last set of RDLs. If you found it a little too easy, maybe add some weight. Maybe throw the beans in your backpack. Or if it's too hard, take some of the beans out, or maybe go just body weight. 8 to 10 final RDLs. Let's get our back straight, chest proud, hinge at the hips. Really get that stretch. Remember, you don't have to go all the way down. The backpack doesn't touch the floor, that's okay. I still get a good stretch, even with a little bit of a hinge. Making sure that we keep our feet flat on the floor, try not to go onto our toes or too much onto our heels. Really working that balance. All right, great job, everyone. That's the end of our first block. Let's get a drink. Take a few seconds to ourselves, catch our breath. Forgot to mention we have Ari on tech support again, making sure this whole thing runs smoothly. Dr. Elmer's in the back room too. I think he's exercising with us. He's also on tech support, so it's great to have 2 people helping us out. We always like to thank our up and moving crew that are joining us too. I can't see who's on the call with us, but thank you. We're always trying to get better and learn and take it one step at a time. We have Greg and Jenna today. So thanks, Greg and Jenna. If you remember from week 1, she was one of my co-hosts. So thanks for popping on. I'm going to hand it over to Emma. She's going to take you through the rest of the workout.
All right, so for our next set of the workout, we're going to do some arm workouts. We're going to alternate between some lateral raises and front raises. So to start with the lateral raises, for those of you who are seated, we're going to have you sit tall in your chair. You want your back straight, your chest out a little bit. Feel free to add weights if you want. So I'm going to add these cans of soup here. We're going to start with our arms straight down towards the floor. We're going to lift our arms up as high as we can until they are parallel to the floor. Then we're going to go back down slowly. This can also be completed standing with varied weights. Same kind of position. You're going to want your feet shoulder width apart, back straight, chest out. Keep your core tight. And then we're going to do the same thing. Lift your arms up, parallel to the floor, and then back down. We're going to do 8 to 10 of these. So pick whatever workout you want. I'm going to go ahead and do the standing version. Sammy, what are you going to do?
You're standing. I'm going to do seated.
All right. 8 to 10 reps. Just do as many as you can. Ready, go.
The more control you have on the way down, the harder it is. Whew, I am feeling it in my shoulders. These are the heaviest cans of soup ever.
Almost done here. Good job, everybody. For the next workout in this set, we're gonna do front raises. It's a very similar movement. So again, for those of you in the chair, you're gonna have the same posture. You want a straight back, knees or feet on the floor. You can use weights for this as well. So again, I'm gonna use my cans of soup here. You're gonna start with your hands kind of on your knees or your thighs there, palms facing down. And you're gonna wanna lift your arms up just so that they're straight in front of your shoulders there. Then you're gonna move them back down slowly, just like we did with the lateral raises. Again, this can be done standing as well. Feet shoulder width apart, back straight, chest out, tight core, same thing. Arms up, just straight in front of your shoulders and back down. All right, we're gonna do 8 to 10 reps of this one as well. I'm gonna go with standing again. Looks like Jamie's gonna do seated.
I'm already sitting down.
All right.
Really blasting the shoulders. Really blasting the shoulders this Tuesday. Keeping those muscles strong. Get a little bit of grip workout too here, holding these cans.
All right. We'll go ahead and move back into the lateral raises here. Feel free to change your variation if you want to change it up, add some weight, try the seated version. I'm going to stick to the standing version here. You can do the standing
Probably
version.
stand, me too.
All
I took
right.
my break, my seated break.
All right. We'll begin here in just a minute. Feel free to take a drink break too whenever you need. All right, let's begin.
If having your arms straight out is a little too much, it's okay to bend your arms. Or if you can't get all the way up to parallel, that's okay too. I know some of us have shoulder injuries, or maybe our shoulder's just a little more tired today than usual.
All right, we'll move back into the front raises here whenever you're finished here. I'm going to do the seated version this time. So, all right, start with your palms facing your legs here. Ready, go.
Only go as high as your body lets you. I know some of us, this might be as high as we get. There's others that can go all the way. That's perfectly fine. We're all at our own levels. We have to do what feels right and feels comfortable for us.
All right, feel free to take a drink break. I know I'm going to take one here.
Shake out your shoulders. Ooh, feeling it.
All right, just one more set left, set left in this exercise before we move on to the next. So I'm going to go ahead and do the standing variation back to the lateral raises here.
We even have Ari on tech support doing the exercises. It's great that she can join us. Got a good workout in too.
All right, just one more set of the front raises left. I'm gonna go ahead and do the standing version since I'm already standing. What about you, Jamie?
Probably stay standing too. I'll
All
join
right.
you.
All right, last set. Let's go.
Hope you guys are feeling this, having a good workout at home. Remember, if you're finding value in this, tell your friends, your family. The more the merrier. We really want to promote exercise in this time. I mean, exercise is always important, but it's especially important during this pandemic, as some of us a little more confined to our homes as we normally would be. So a lot of the gyms aren't open, depending where you are, or you're just not comfortable going back. So you can still get a great workout in the comfort of your own homes. Whew. Oh yeah, my shoulders. I gotta get a massage after this one. I gotta go book one.
All right, we just have one more set of workouts to go through here. These ones are going to be focused on your core. So we're going to start with a side crunch or oblique crunch. This can be done seated. So for those of you who are seated, we're going to have you sitting straight up. Same thing with your chest out, shoulders back. Your arms are going to be right on your side here. And you're going to lean towards the floor just as far as you can. That's comfortable. You don't want to push yourself too far. We're just going to stick to the same side for now. And then feel free to add weights too, cans of soup again. And then this can also be done standing with weights as well. You're going to have your shoulder or your feet shoulder width apart here. And then you're kind of aiming to bend down towards your knee there. Again, just go as far as you can. We're going to try to do 8 to 10 on each side here. So we'll go through the first and then alternate to the other side. I'm going to stick with standing. Looks like Jamie is too.
Standing and weighted.
All right. We'll start with the right side here, shooting for 8 to 10.
Feel it in the opposite side that you bend over. So if I lean to my left, you should feel it in my right oblique. Really stretching that muscle as much as comfortable. Make sure you don't overdo it. If you have to have a slight bend in your knee, that's okay too.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and switch to the other side here. So 8 to 10 more.
Awesome job, everyone. I'm going to give them a little quiz here. What's the weekly recommended number of minutes of exercise that you want everyone to get?
150.
150. Pretty good.
All right. Once you've completed those, we're going to add one more exercise into here. This one might be known as the bicycle to you. We're going to do a standing version and sitting version. So for the sitting version, we're going to have you sit. Same thing as always. We're going to have a straight back and shoulders out. For this one, we're going to want to spread our knees apart just a little bit more than usual. And then we're going to put our hands behind our head or behind your neck, whatever's more comfortable. And then we're going to lean over towards the opposite knee just as far as you can go, whatever's comfortable. We're going to alternate through this one. So just back and forth as far as you can go. And then for the standing version, very similar. We're going to do feet shoulder width apart. Same thing with your hands behind your head. For this one though, we are going to raise our knee towards our chest and try to meet it with our elbow. We're going to alternate sides. Same thing, just lift your knee as high as you can. It varies for everyone, so just pick whatever version you like. And then we're going to do 8 to 10, but I'm going to alternate, so I'm going to go through like 16 to 20 at once. I'm going to do standing.
I think I'll do standing too.
All right.
It's always a good day for abdomen.
All right, you can start on either side. Ready? Let's go.
Emma told us that we need about 150 minutes of exercise per week. And that might seem like a lot on the surface, but if we break it down, that's only 30 minutes of exercise 5 days of the week. That's 2 rest days. I don't think that's too bad. And even if that is just going for a brisk walk, hopefully joining us 3 times a week on our Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday sessions. But I think 150 hours is something that we're all able to achieve. Emma, how many minutes? Sure, 150 hours, 150 minutes. That's 150 hours would be a long time. Emma, how many minutes a week do you think you get?
Ooh, I shoot for the 150, but I can't say. I always go super far above that.
Oh, oh my.
What about you, Jamie?
That's pretty good. I try to make sure I exercise at least in 30 minutes. I'm probably, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe next time I'm here, I'll have a good answer for you.
All right, so we're going to go back to the oblique crunches. I'm going to do the standing version again. This time I'm going to add some weight with my can of soup here. Looks like Jamie is going to do.
I think I'll do the seated version for today. Take a set, a little easier set right now.
All right.
All right, on tech support, how many minutes a week do you get?
Oh, I usually get 150 to 200, but it's really tough this time of year. The weather's pretty terrible, and I like going outside.
True. I wonder if shoveling your driveway counts, because if it does, I am at a lot of minutes. That is for sure.
We haven't even had that much snow yet.
You had what, 5 inches the other day? That's pretty good for October.
All right, I'm going to switch sides here.
If you want to alternate sides too, that's okay. You know, Emma was going the same side, I was going back and forth. Still able to feel that stretch in my side body. Always try to find ways to add an exercise to your day. Even if that's just get up, go for a little walk around the house, and then go back to work. Or hey, if you're watching TV and you're bored, maybe stand up between commercial breaks.
All right, feel free to get a drink if you need here. Otherwise, we're going to jump into the other set one more time here. I'm going to do the seated this time.
Seated. I'll stay standing. I like the standing version.
All right. All right.
This is a good one. Hopefully I'll be ready for the beach season. 6-pack abs by Emma. Beach season will probably be another up here, 10 more months. Whew. I am feeling it. I think I need a water break after that one. We're laughing. Dr. Elmer is in the back. We can kind of hear him. He's making a couple comments about how hard he's working right now. Thinking what? One last set?
Yep, one last set. I'm going to be standing for this one with my can of soup again.
There's the backpack of Game of Thrones.
All right.
Just a reminder, we do these workouts every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm looking forward to this Thursdays. We have a couple new hosts. We have Greg and Corey, and they're going to be working us through a yoga Pilates type workout. So this is going to be good. Maybe a little bit of recovery midweek. Get a good stretch in the legs. And if you come to all 3 sessions, our sessions are about 45 minutes. 45 times 3 is 135. You're almost there. You only have 15 more minutes at least of exercise throughout the week. I think 15 minutes is something that we all can manage if you're able to come to all 3 up and moving sessions. Really encourage your friends. I know 150 might sound like a lot, but next time you're talking to your friend, ask them how much they exercise. I mean, it's nice to have a little competition between your friends. I know here at Upper Moving, we do like to try to compare and see who's working out a little bit more than the others.
All right, we have one more left before we go into the cool down here. I'm gonna go for the seated version again.
I'm gonna keep doing the standing one.
All right, last one here. Let's finish strong, guys. Whew.
And just a reminder, I know we send out email blasts and we try our best to keep everyone up to date on Facebook. But our workout times, this one upcoming Thursday is 9:30 a.m. On Saturday, it's 10 a.m. And on Tuesdays, it's this session at 6 p.m. So there's always a time throughout the week that we hope you can make it, whether it's afternoon, morning, or evening. And all our workouts are going to be available on YouTube, so you can watch them back. I know they're available if you go to YouTube Up and Moving, or if you go to the website, go to the Workouts tab, you're able to watch them live on the website. Sorry, watch our past workouts on the website. Whew. Cool down time?
Yep, cool down. We're just gonna jump back into some of those exercises that we started with in the beginning. We're gonna start with the march in place here. Opposite arms and legs, just go up as high as you can.
In cool down, our intensity is not as high as a warm up. We're just going real light, real gentle. Our heart rate's a little elevated, so we're just trying to bring them back down. Trying to flush out some of that blood and lactic acid to the other body.
All right, we'll go ahead and move into the arm circles again. We'll start with the big front circles.
Ooh, my shoulders are sore.
All right, a little bit smaller circles.
If you need to rest your shoulders, that's okay. I know we did a lot of shoulder work, so if you're a little tired, it's okay. Just give them a shake and rejoin us whenever you're ready.
We'll go ahead and go to the reverse circles now, nice and big.
Ooh, we hope you enjoyed that workout. I know I did. That was a good one.
And some smaller reverse circles.
We got good music, good friends, good exercise. What more can we need?
All right. We'll go ahead and do the toe touches one more time here. Loosen up those legs.
Only go as far down as you need to go or you're comfortable. I know our lunges might take a lot out of your legs, so if there's a little bend, gets a good stretch, that's okay too.
All right, we'll go ahead and finish with the scalp circles. Last one, and then we're done for the day. I'm gonna go ahead and do the backwards ones. So we'll go lift up, back, down, and forward.
Maybe we can add with the hip circles. I totally forgot to add that in a warm up. What do you think, Emma? One more?
I think we can do the hip circles.
Maybe the hip circles. Probably one of my favorite warm up cool down exercises, especially if you're someone who has to sit seated all day at a desk or at work.
All right, feel free to change directions here.
So back, up, forward, and down. Really get as much movement as you can through your shoulders.
All right, we'll go ahead and go into the hip circles here.
Feet hip width apart, hands in your waist. All we're going to do is we're just going to draw little circles with our hips. Get a little bit of stretch, get the blood flow to our hip. How's your heart rate, Emma? Back to normal or still pretty high?
I think it's slowing down a little bit.
Slowing down, change of direction. All right, I think that's it. Good job, everyone at home. Good job, Emma, taking the lead in today's workout. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. Just a reminder for participants, if you want to stick around after, ask any questions or comments or concerns. We'd love to hear from you. We'll accept any and all feedback. I'd like to thank Ari on tech support, everyone watching at home, the Up and Moving team, Dr. Elmer in the back office. Couple reminders. We are on Facebook at Up and Moving. We're available on YouTube now, so today's workout will be on YouTube. Hopefully this evening or tomorrow morning. Our first workout will be up there. Reminder to sign up for the email blast, and please, if you find value in this, please tell us your friends, your family, anyone you think would like to work out. We're available for all ages, mobility, it doesn't matter. We just want to promote exercise as a form of medicine, trying to get those 150 minutes as best as we can throughout the pandemic, trying to live as healthy and as active lives as possible. Once again, thank you guys for joining us. Hope to see you this Thursday at 9:30 a.m.
9:30.
9:30. Awesome. Thanks, everyone.